Hi everybody, this is just a quick rundown on meeting rhythms. It's one of the challenges that I find many businesses face is having regular meetings, not knowing what to talk about, making sure there's value in there, quickly getting criticism back from sometimes the team members that all we do is have meetings. The reality is you do have to have meetings, not only to disseminate knowledge and to get everything out there, but also to make sure everybody's on the same page. Having some structure around how you have meeting rhythms is what I'm going to give you now. So hopefully you find this beneficial. What I find best is to actually chunk down your meeting rhythms into segments. So the first one you should be looking at is overall, what are you needing to achieve in a year? In other words, your yearly objectives. That obviously becomes part of a bigger meeting that you would have at the beginning of the year, either calendar year or financial year, and how you're going to communicate that to your members besides having a formal meeting around it. Your next one is to have a look at your 90-day planning, which is obviously a perpetual task that you're needing to do every single 90 days. The next one is your sprint challenges. So your sprint challenges are what are we doing within the next 90 days. Next one of that is weekly. It's obviously every single week, self-explanatory. So these four over here are absolutely critical, non-negotiable, have to take place. The last one, and I'll say this is slightly negotiable because it depends how big the team is and to what level of interaction you have with the whole team, but as a daily one. If you're a small team and you're all bumping shoulders with each other all through the day, you may chunk it down to maybe once in the week. So you have a weekly meeting on, for example, Monday, and then have a daily meeting that you run then on a Wednesday or Thursday. But ideally, you should start every single day with a daily check-in. And the structure around that is the critical part. So the first thing I think is worth pointing out, and this is where it often goes wrong, and you would have heard this with me going on ad nauseum in the 90-day planning, is that this one here is all about projects. These ones over here, your weekly and your daily, is largely around tasks, and your sprint challenges is predominantly projects, but it sort of fits a little bit in between the two. So the best way of looking at is these should be mini projects. Now, as you know, with our 90-day plans, we're always looking at OPAs in terms of how you should be doing that. What are your outcomes for the period? What are the projects and what are the activities? That in itself creates a whole array of things that you could be talking about within your business. The other way of looking at that as well is if you start looking at the ADD model. In other words, we've got A, D, D. So your A is all about your sales and marketing, or the traction side of the business. The first D is all about the design, which is really about the fundamentals of the economics of the business. So absolutely every single month, you should be talking about your profit and loss, the effect on cash flow. What other KPIs do you have in your business? Are you measuring the DLs, or the direct labor ratios, or the management labor ratios? What are the fundamentals you're measuring in your business? And the last one is about the deliverability, which is really about the people thing. So how engaged are we? What can we do to make ourselves more productive? What celebrations can we have? So get all these parts right in the business and you'll have a fantastic business. The meeting format and the meeting rhythm is just a practical way of introducing it within the business. These ones over here, and you can copy them down or I can send them to you if you want them, is just how you go about physically structuring those meetings. So for example, this is my recommendation on a meeting monthly rhythm. You'll talk about last month's wins and performances. Again, you want to start on a positive note to engage everybody. Then you'll be talking about any persistent bottlenecks that have occurred in the last month. What were those bottlenecks? Can you go down a 5 why exercise of trying to identify why they happen and what you're needing to do to solve the bottlenecks within your business? What are this month's intentions and theme? Again, you're trying to lift up the spirit again, because talking about the bottlenecks can sometimes be a little bit heavy on the crowd. So for the next month, what is our theme that we're going to be doing. That theme should be tying into the theme that you got for the 90-day plan, and it should be tying into the yearly theme you got for the business as well. Then you want to talk about the next 3 to 5 projects, so the key projects that we're needing to do for the month ahead, and then what are the top 3 tasks for today. So you can see it's quite straightforward. It's not overly complicated. If we then look at the weekly rhythm, it's not too dissimilar to the monthly rhythm. We talk about last week's wins and performance. Again, we're going to start the day and the week on a positive note. Then we'll talk about the bottlenecks that we've had from the day before, if there were any. We talk about the week's intention or the theme for the week. What are the top 3 to 5 goals for the week? And those goals, as I said before, will be related to the tasks and the mini projects within that week that we're needing to achieve. And then what are the top 3 tasks for today? And lastly, if you do have daily meetings, this will give you a broad structure around it. Review yesterday's tasks. What are the top 3 tasks you're needing to do today? What are the bottlenecks from the day before, and any actions of these? And then the value of the focus for the day. Again, you want to leave everybody with a nice, positive, upbeat mindset. Just to show you how I go about it myself, so I've only got 1 employee, and that employee is in the Philippines. So every week we'll go through exactly the same structure as what I'm showing here. Last week's wins and performances, bottlenecks from the week, the day before, this week's intentions, what are the top 3 to 5 goals for the week, and the top 3 tasks of today. It's quite straightforward, guys. You should make this your own. This is a broad framework that I'm giving you, but adapt it and you will see a difference in terms of everybody being more productive and working on the important things within your business. If you've got any questions, come back and ask me. If you've got any comments, give me some comments. Thank you. Cheers.